Hey, welcome to another episode of Mzansi Youth Voice. Today I'm chatting with Anathi. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, as my name is Anathi. My name is Mteu. I'm the deputy chairperson of the SRC, West called Carltonville Campus.
Anathi, before we start talking about other things, I want to know how it feels like to be in a top 5 in the SRC. It makes you special. You're in a top 5, you're deputy. My April next day you become a president. Ambitions are always there.
Yeah. Anyway, I didn't join the SRC for popularity or because of Bugwa or anything. I felt like I want to be in the SRC to help the students.
But
their needs and wants.
Yeah. It's when you step in, the mission is always I want to help students. I'm told, but fame will come. You'll be popular at campus. People will be talking about you on social media. Then some people obvious will talk positive things, and some will talk negative things. So what keeps you going and say whatever they say. This is the mission, this is where I should stick to.
Yeah, I could say what keeps me going is every day when I have helped a student and someone say thank you. Just that word thank you, it motivates me to do more. To do more.
Yeah. So I also saw you trending on Facebook that you are helping students like every day. You are active, So many appreciations there and there, bonus. So yeah, I think that's amazing. I should give you credit for that. So then now I want us to discuss women in leadership. In Parliament, you see South African Parliament, there are less women compared to men. So according to you, what do you think it makes hard for women to say, I won't go to be a leadership because there are less leaders, female leaders in Parliament,
I could say what demotivates women to involve themselves in leadership. I think izinto abazikhulumayo about women as like hlezi kukhulunywa ngathi izinto I would say both genders do things ezingalunganga, but mayenziwe yi-female iba that big thing. Uba kuphuza utshwala kuzothiwa usiphuza njani utshwala uyintombazana, but we are both human beings. Utshwala burongo in both genders. So ngawuzothiwa na because I drink alcohol ngumfazi uzokhuluma izinto ngabantu ingenza la demotivate la nto but is involved in some stuff like leadership. For example, when I remember when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, I was involved too much in debating.
Yeah, debating. Yeah, Nama used to.
Yeah, I was involved in too much in debating. When I received recognition from people, how could she? So those questions, zizo ezithatha umuntu zibeke down azibeka yena angaziboni.
But then how we go about to fix that thing, because we as long as we can complain about it, but we have to have a solution that we can fix it in turn. But we have to have a plan to fix it in turn. So what do you think we must do to fix it as young people in South Africa? Say, we want all these genders to be 50-50. We want 20 women in Parliament and 20 men. How are we gonna go about it and say let's fix it together? What do you think on that?
I think when they start from our communities in our homes. Roles whereby a girl must do this and the boy must do that. iqala ekhaya uba kuthiwe ekhaya Anathi uye welapheke umalibongo makahlale phaa uyabo iqala apha ekhaya le into yokuba kuthiwe awunokhona ukuyenza le into because you are a girl, you cannot do that because you are a boy. That is why uye ubone ukuba in some cases uyofumanisa ukuthi some people are overworked uyabo bayasetyenziswa kakhulu because kuthiwa she is used to le into and he can do this because he is used to le into. So when it comes to South African leadership in parliament, once you see a woman people start talking things ngaye. This if we could stop simnikeze umuntu a chance to prove him or herself. I think it's all enough.
Okay, but for me, I feel like it's an African thing, you know. When you grow up at home, I look after cows, you will cook, and so it's how it's an African thing. We cannot remove that, but then education can, you know. Yeah. Education it's a Western thing, and so education is still not addressing that, I'm told. They just say 50-50, I'm told. They don't say how this 50-50 should work, I'm told. They just come in picture and say 50-50. That's why when we get married, when I'm rich, then when we divorce, you will take half of my things. So I don't understand. They just say 50-50, I'm told. But I'm the one who put the hard work. I'm the one who have the millions when you are not there. I just find you there, then I marry you. Is it fair to me?
When it comes to saying who will put all the work, it's not only you. It's not only you. If now we decide that I become your housewife, don't say you don't contribute nothing because I'm raising kids. I'm taking care of kids. Something in Amalbongo you don't do. If we are following Damen, do you follow that Indian guy? Damen.
No, I've never.
Damen. Yeah, if you check his videos on Facebook. With Damen, there's this video whereby a husband is shouting at the wife that the car cannot be compared to me in the office and bringing money. That's why by the Damen swipe the roles, watching posters go to work, wife and husband stay at home. The husband, just one day, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
Oh, just for
one day, he failed.
You know,
cooking, he failed. Taking care of kids, he failed. Doing laundry, he failed. All those roles, yes, because of other fathers. Don't say a woman is not putting something, Malbongo, in the table just because when you are in the office and you're bringing money. Taking care of kids is a job itself. The whole night is a job itself. Carrying a child for 9 months is a job itself. So you cannot say a woman is putting nothing on the table. Because you are going to the office, we are 20, we are 17, it's a job. But so too, we're putting 50-50 work here. I'm doing things when I own you at the car by taking care of kids. I'm doing things that you do not do. Cooking, we are good, I wish you microwave and say thank you to my wife. That is Muslims.
Yeah, that's what. Now let's talk about GBV. You know, GBV. I don't understand GBV that much. You know, because I feel like GBV is not fair towards men. It always favors women. According to you, what do you think GBV is fair to both genders in South Africa? You know.
As we all know that the Constitution of South Africa, we have equal rights as men and women.
Yeah.
Yes. Each gender-based violence mostly is committed by men. That is why you complain why it's unfair to men. It's always committed by men, gender-based violence. You understand? It's always men who's killing women. It's always men who's raping women. It's always men who's killing kids. That is why it was unfair, because if us women we were killing our husbands, we were killing our kids, equally, unfairness in that.
Okay, but then in some cases women tend to abuse men, but when those men go to maybe to police station to report that, they will laugh to the man. Then the man will come back at police station angry and then beat the woman. Then the woman turn back to police station, the man will be arrested. So is GBV still fair or what?
It is not.
It's not.
When a man goes to the police station, he needs to get the same help. If we declare a report by the same man, do you understand? When you go to report to a female policeman, do you think she would laugh at you? It is the same man who laughs at men.
I'm not even sure, but in many cases where men goes to report that my girlfriend stepped me, my girlfriend did this.
It is the same policemen who laugh at men when they report cases. You never find it whereby you go to the female police woman and then she laughs at you. It's you, men, and then anything is like I know. Because if you go to report a policeman, I'm okay. You know what he offends.
Yeah, ne?
Yes, it is the same man. You abuse each other. You laugh at each other. Nina ngamapolisa amadoda. Mhlela indoda izoripota i-rape. Uthi uNkosi kwamuntu rapile. Ipolice lithi, "Yo hayi mina ngavuya mina. Incabile sex." Uyabo? Yo ithe izithela kimi ndikavuya kakubi. Uyabo?
Yeah.
Utsho a policeman to a man who has been raped by a female.
Yeah.
Do you understand exactly?
But it seems like men are dominating everything in this country. You go to courts, you go to police station, you go to parliament, you go to music. Men are dominating everywhere. Why? Is it because females are lazy or what? What do you think on that? What's your take on that?
You say men are dominating.
Yeah, everywhere you go to police station, you can go to police station, then you find maybe 2 females in town.
That is another problem that we're facing in South Africa, gender inequality. Kashwa 10 males and 5 females. It is a very serious problem that we're having as a country, which is something that needs to be challenged by us, the youth. It should start by us, the youth, which is legal. In this room, we have how many females? I think it's 2 of us. Is that fair?
Only 2.
Only 2.
Only 2, yeah, only 2. But then, how we go about to fix it? Because as long as we can address it, we have to fix it. Find a way that, you know what, let's get these ladies to school. Let's encourage ladies to participate, because now I feel like ladies don't want to participate in a lot of things. That's why men always took advantage. When they slip into that certain opportunities, men will come up and say, you know what, I'm willing to go and volunteer. After the men become a police after volunteering maybe for 6 months or a year. And the ladies will say, being a police, I would go around town for a whole day and volunteer. I would rather sit and eat or be on internet. You know, our generation is on the internet. You know, I sit here and watch everything, and every knowledge I have, I go through the internet and talk. So
it should start with us, with you. How many females do you know?
How many females? We don't have a female.
Why?
It's because we have never met a female that will align with our ambition, you know.
Have you tried to?
I tried. I even tried to get a lot of them to this podcast. You are the first one to agree. Some will say, you will ask me difficult things, you know. I say no. So even yourself, you say, I'm told. So it's always a problem. Yeah, I'm told. So females should fix something.
They lack ambition and bravery.
Sure.
That's the problem.
Even if you push them, I'm told, there will be a certain point where you feel like, no, I've pushed this lady too much. Then let me step back and do it myself, or find another guy. Then we push it, you know.
I would say no. We haven't met that girl.
Yeah.
Don't think that all girls have no ambition or have no bravery. We haven't met that one.
Yeah.
Who has it? You know? you have not met that lady who has GBV, you'll find that there is someone who has it.
Yeah, there is.
There is someone who has it.
But you have to dig.
But he's scared.
Yeah, you have to dig deep to find that person, which is a problem. Which means now because you came to the podcast, so many females will come after you.
I'm sure they will.
Let's hope so.
I'm telling you, they will.
Let's hope so. Let's move on. Let's talk about political parties, you know.
Oh, that one.
Political parties, you know, you're a member of SASCO, eh?
Yeah,
surely you know constitution of SASCO, else you are about to know it now because you are getting into first step to get into leadership, you know. Even myself, I was introduced to AFF Student Command Constitution when I stepped into leadership at West College.
Yes.
So, do you think are relevant nowadays? The way you see things, you know, and I feel like political parties are meant to cause conflict between black people. That's what I see now. Before I became a leader, I didn't see it. When I stepped in, I studied very well that I know political parties are here to cause conflict between us. Because if we don't love each other, then the whites have love for each other. That's why they do fight. You won't find white people are fighting, but black people are always fighting. You can go to a club, white people will be there cheering to each other, but us, when the club closes, I will slap you. I will slap you.
When you drunk. Political parties are somehow do happen. But back then, political parties were not there to ruin black people's lives. They were there to fight for black people's rights.
Yeah.
Against apartheid regime, against apartheid. So I would say when we have EFF and ANC this side, you find that those people have the same vision. They share the same vision. They want one fight for people. But Tina is big of South Africa. We don't see that. We only see Umagwangwe as EFF student command, Anathi as SASCO. So which means Anathi is my enemy because we SASCO. Which is something that is not true. We are not enemies here. We have the same vision. We want to fight for the students of South Africa, of West Call, but because we are wearing red and I'm wearing yellow.
Yeah, that's where the problem is.
That's where the problem is.
And I feel that high institutions, you know, they took advantage of it because they saw, you know what, if we bring this thing into college and say there is EFF, there is SAS, these students won't be united. Either if they are fighting for something, the other half will not support the EFF from fighting for that certain thing. The other EFF won't
name or brand. Then I think we'll succeed. Students, if you could remove that you are a SASCO and EFF, bring your visions on the table, bring your views, and I bring mine, and we combine, and then we'll see what will happen. If sisebenza indaba yokuthi Anathi is SASCO and Umagwangwe is EFF, that would ruin eyona purpose yokuba sifune ukujoyina ukuba i-SRC with students, because I did so with my elections ukuba Umagwangwe Anathi abaswani.
Yeah.
But masikhulule isikipa seSASCO. Ukhulule se-EFF sikhuluma kamnandi.
Yeah.
Siyakhuluma sinabona siyazwana.
We can even date. I can even take you out to a date.
Siyazi ke leyo.
SASCO t-shirt.
I am SASCO. If my feelings are not there, then I want because we SASCO and you because we SASCO.
So now, you know.
Let's
now,
remove the political party name.
Yeah.
And let's not bring it in the SRC office.
But SRC, I feel like it's another jail on its own because they use constitution. You know, SRC constitution is horrible. if you can
I
read.
do have it right now with me.
Yeah, there are some horrible rules right there.
I do it with me. I brought it here.
Yeah,
Because I wanted us to talk about some things here.
some things. Yeah. Hey,
Things
man,
here.
we are about to check the SRC Constitution. That's huge voice. Things are happening here. We got Anathi, the deputy chair of Cattonville West called Kepas. It's fun as it is.
Yeah, I do have the SRC Constitution, the West Collar with me.
Yeah, let's check what we want to check there.
So, yesterday we were in an SRC training.
Yeah.
And then we were.
I saw the videos.
We were talking about the authority and the powers of the SRC.
Yeah.
In a college or in any tertiary institution.
Sure.
So, one of our facilitators told us that as the SRC, we have authority, we have powers.
Yeah, you have
powers.
You have powers. You can even fire the campus manager. And I was surprised when I heard that, because when you feel like campus manager is not right, when you wake up early in the morning and back, then you get together to office, then you go to his office, we remove him without even any notice, because we don't want him.
Because we don't want him.
Hey.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Always on fire, even here in the podcast, you know. Don't forget to subscribe. That's youth voice, you know. We're bringing the youth on here. We want the youth to speak. You know, we don't want the youth to be silence, you know. We want the youth to be busy, you know. We want the youth to get out of drugs. We don't want the youth in the street. We want the youth to be in better platforms. We are building a better channel for the youth here. Yeah, that's the youth voice. Don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Follow us on all social media platforms. So, while we are checking SRC, the Constitution.
Yeah, there is a clause. Yeah, I forgot to point that here. There was a clause here that was on my mind yesterday. Yeah, there was a clause.
Check it.
Okay, I think we're gonna check it later because now I can't see it. So
yeah, but Mina, what makes me to hate that constitution is one.
Why?
One bullet, and I won't forget that bullet.
Which one?
If there is a strike, then a student come and break a window, you will be expelled.
That one.
You should check it. I don't know what it is. It's a disciplinary something. That's why during our term, I was trying by all means that I don't want to strike, because I was suspended for 2 times. For 2 times, ne? If I have one mistake, I'm gone. I have 2 suspensions at West Court. So I will make sure that I get the team. By all means, we solve the problem before things get worse.
I wish students nurses could get access to this constitution, because we are getting paid for being SRC members.
Yeah.
I wish there's nothing now that SRC members are being paid.
Yeah.
Were you getting paid, Malbon, during your term?
Oh no, I've never got paid.
I never received even a cent.
I never got paid. I never got paid.
I never got even a cent. We're still fighting here. We're still trying to change that.
And what's wrong with this constitution? I will always feel like if this student elect SRC. So if then that constitution, I mean it only applies to left with no student. So they should change it, you know.
Anyone who's involved in a strike should be kicked out. Shouldn't be a SRC member. If you are found guilty of involving yourself in a strike in a college, out. Not SRC or student only. Everyone who was involved.
Yeah, we didn't say that's too much. Let's get to the end. Now we're gonna talk about educational structure in South Africa. How do you feel? You know, so in some countries they will not tell you that go to study management assistants, what is they can see that you like drawing, you know, they will just take you to do drawing. After then you get a nice platform, you draw like Bobo China, they will teach you what they will push your passion more than anything and so on. Yes. So how do you feel about South African educational structure?
I think when the government introduced education in South Africa, it was not to destroy our goals or dreams.
Yeah.
I think education is there to support them, you know. When I know that I have a dream of becoming an actress, that dream or that talent shouldn't go alone, it should go with the qualification.
Yeah.
When you are being lectured, abakhiphi le nto nayo bazama ukufaka enye ne ingabi one zibe two at least izinto onazo to equip your skills, ukuphakamisa izikills zakho and knowledge. If besingafundanga ezinye izinto besingeke sizazi.
Yeah,
that is a fact.
That is a fact.
That is a fact.
But
into ekufanele accounting, if you're not being taught accounting, uzoyazi njani accounting?
You never got
ungasoze uyazi.
Sure.
Ungeke ukwazi even ubala ufika even 20 if there was no maths. Yeah, do you understand? Yeah. So if city education ilapho for ukusibulala as a nation, I think we're wrong. We're not living in America, okay? We're living in South Africa.
But we're living in South Africa.
You are living in South Africa, not in America. In music in America.
You know in South Africa, you know.
It's a career.
South Africa it's one of the developed. We can say it's a developed. It's the only developed country in Africa. You know, South Africa.
But ayikho kwesa status eAmerica. You understand that?
Ayikho kwesa status, which is true.
Ayikho kula level eAmerica whereby umuntu waziwayo ba is talented in dancing. Uyaziba will go far in South Africa.
But there are young people who break boundaries. You know, they come from rural areas to dominate America or else in whatever country that is in the north. You know, and so they are. Then when you search for those young people, they will tell you, you know what, I dropped out at grade 9. I dropped because I felt like this is what I didn't want to do. But I followed my passion, you know. I don't want anyone to tell me. Then my parents were mad that I quit school, but then now they are proud. And so those stories, you know.
But we should also accept it that as fun,
yeah,
different. We have different skills, we have different talents, we have different. Ukuthi Mabonga yena is good in podcast doesn't mean Anathi is also good in that.
Yeah.
So we can't say Mabonga made it. Now we do it. We can't force a child because Mabonga made it. Now we do it.
Yeah.
I'm not too long now, but I can talk.
You can talk. Yeah.
Doesn't mean all of us. We have different talents, singabantu. So do not compare yourself to other people.
But then
if you do it, you never go anywhere if you compare yourself to other people. I'm not to Anathi was in the SRC office, and I think that now you will. If talent is limited or is above or below that, are you sure not good because we are good in this? Now we're expected to be good in this. As a fan, as is a wrong of fan, what I'm good at, you are bad at it. What you are bad at, I'm good at.
Sure.
Do you understand? So if we will take that, see Zisela, then we will be destroying the youth of South Africa.
Yeah, no.
You will be destroying the youth of South Africa.
But
if this is what who made it, now we're going to do it.
Yeah.
What if if you don't have the resources, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the skills that he has?
Yeah.
You understand?
Sure.
Not could be maths, not could be play, or could be history, could be play.
Sure, we are not the same.
We're not the same.
I agree on that.
Yeah.
100%. But then it happens that, you know, I started my high school journey, primary school, high school, fucking 12 years, you know. I went to varsity, I spent maybe 4 years, you know. Then after that, I didn't want, I got a qualification. I'm a teacher. I don't get a job maybe for the next 6 years or 10 years. You know, I was on Facebook yesterday. You know, I saw a guy that graduated. He have a bachelor in teaching. He graduated 2002.
That's a lot.
In 2002, he's still not working till today. I'm told he got a bachelor in education. You know.
Yeah, it's a very serious problem with unemployment in South Africa. It's serious. How many years now? 20 something? Is it? 20? I even saw his expanding his older brother. He graduated 2005. He just got a job this year. This year. He was doing, I think it's civil engineering or what. He's well qualified. He passed with distinction. But they won't give him a job. Why? Somehow, I always tell myself that if he's cut some scarfing,
Yeah.
I'm matriculated in 2013.
Sure.
I matriculated
Sure.
in 2014. And I gave here in 2015. I was enrolled at UNISA. I was studying law in UNISA.
Oh, you know what, man.
Yeah, I'm from Meli.
Sure.
In 2015, 16. Nayek. So Nayek.
Sure.
Because I kept on film surveillance at the same time, film scholar, film surveillance, film scholar. All these years I was working in a tourist school anyway. I think it has been almost 7 years or 6. Ngingafundi mina ngiphangela ngathi ngifuna ukufunda yebo ngifuna ukufunda so bad ngathi ngiyathola isikole
Sure.
yebo
Yeah.
kusho ukuthi ke it was not my time maybe it was not my time. I think West Coast did accept me but I am going there. It doesn't matter where it is nandawo ukuthi angiyazi lo ndawo because ngifuna ukufunda.
That's why I was telling people it's funny how I know you, man.
Yeah.
I saw you when you came. It was June, ne?
Yeah, it was June last year.
June last year, ne? You're not wearing a big jersey and it was cold. You coming to do
And yes, it was the first time coming here, even in Gauteng. And there's a Eastern Cape where I come from. So I didn't even know the Gauteng. Yeah, I go to TV, yes, on Ayo.
Yeah, you were feeling
But I
cold.
took a chance. I went to 30 buses from Eastern Cape, traveling 14 hours. Yeah, job back here, and that's job at Park Station. But it's been in Anathi.
Yeah, so it's all about taking risk, you know.
Yeah, taking
you,
risk.
you can't be in a comfort zone every time, you know. You have to think outside the box, take a risk, you know.
Yeah, I did take that risk.
So as we close, you know, let's talk about campus things, you know.
The campus thing.
Campus things, because obvious, even if you say you don't do leadership in campus because you wanna be famous and stuff, you won't be famous, and then you will be known by a lot of people. Then you will know a lot of people, I'm told, because people want to talk to you, and they want your attention every time, you know? And not all of them you're gonna give them attention. To my experience, some will feel ignored, I'm told, because I'm told they feel like you are becoming a celebrity too much, I'm told, and then it's not even about that. You have books, you have classes to attend. You have to make sure you pass so that they cannot come to social media and that Facebook page and crush you and say, "I love you." You know, you just wanna make sure you keep your things balanced, I'm told.
Yeah, ish. Wait, I just remember. I don't know that it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Especially our students all the time. Why inbox? Why WhatsApp? Anathi, I don't have food. I don't have money. I have rent. I don't have. I've been kicked out by the landlord. I think it was last semester. I think this is I had a scenario whereby a student texted me, Anathi, I'm being kicked out by the landlord. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. It was around 8 p.m. I had to stand up from my bed Ngimbuza ukuthi ukuphi, and then wathi uhlala la ngase strato lesi ngase Greenwald House. Greenwald.
Yeah, but I don't know this right.
But akahlala ngase Greenwald. When you go to Star, you go to Star.
Sure.
Yeah, wathi uhlala khona. I had to walk myself at night.
At night, man.
You attended to that matter. I asked her, what is wrong? I don't even have rent. I only have 500 rents. And I was like, so you only have 500 rents? I texted, talk, you shall not September. Talk. The yellow one always wearing Sasko t-shirt.
Oh, good.
So
Okay,
if you can help me
I
here, in the student light, she's being kicked out. So if now I had this space, I would infinitely young, but I can't because I'm trying to like so it's very painful. Sometimes the students are conversing.
Yes, you know, as I got a lady I was paying 2 months rent for, but I've never told this story to anyone. You're the first one to hear it. 2 months, 2 months.
2 months.
Because she told me, you know what, if now I don't have this money, I'm going home. I'm told. I was like, okay, because now I got my NS pass, let me calculate, I will give you certain 2 months rent, I'm told. Then you will fix everything around the week, I'm told. Lost my mom, but I'm grateful because she finished them in time. She went back home. Then she got home. She called me and said, you know what, I'm gonna bring back the money, and then she did.
Yeah. It's a very heavy role in the SRC. Because every day students are crying out. Students are asking for their NSFAS money. It's very stressing, the NSFAS, which is something when I get on the phone to get a because we are trying to speak with the management. Send them documents because the student is their status is still pending. Are waiting for registration data from institution. And you try by all means to pressurize them to send those data. Who was the city? Yeah, we did send them. Just like NSFAS, I never figured those registration data as a student. And most students get sometimes they don't believe you when you say so.
Yeah,
they don't believe you.
I end up having a friend in that NSFAS in that NSFAS office that helps me a lot because that guy was searching everything for me. When I say when you say your documents are not there, he will go to the system and check and take a photo and show me the documents are uploaded. If not, I will go to that guy at the guy's stuff and push him, you know what, I have a proof that you didn't send them. You should send them. I was that smart, you know. But then I didn't manage to help both of them, you know. Yeah. But then I did, you know, we did. So now let's get away to serious things as we are closing. Because you know when you walk out of campus, there are handsome guys. They say the engineering guys are the ones who are handsome. You know, when I say on Facebook, then we wait for them to come back. There will be new ones. You know.
That's Anathi for head of engineering.
Yeah, but the head.
That's even physics in that. That guy is a high school.
So now which guy are you having a crush for? A crush around school, around campus. Which guy you say, you know what, this but I want to date this guy. You know now when I get to West Coast, I got a lady that I was crushing for. I ended up dating her. I made it show.
Not even that one.
You should. It can't be. You're in a circle of guys. You can't.
Maybe now I want to crush one. I don't.
Honestly,
I don't have a crush.
Okay. Which guy you do my shit campus? When you see this guy, I don't want to date him, but I want to be close to him. You know.
I rather not say.
Hey, you can't. You should say so that the guy will know. You know.
give that guy some energy, you know, give that guy some power and say, yo, Anathi was at the podcast talking about me, you know. You should go out to that guy, just say, you know, make him special, you know, make him special for today and say, you know what, I told this guy because this guy is this.
Who on Facebook are inboxing? Who's on the inbox?
No, you should say here in podcast so that he can watch the podcast. Then you will inbox him and tell him that, you know what, I was at the podcast. I was talking about you, you should watch it. Again, we are not going to say negative things about him. But now, we want him to know that, you know what, Anathi adores me, I'm told.
Ay, matunga. Asivale.
Samamjola Anathi.
I was like, I'm
I mean, you are in a tertiary level, young told. You are out of home, where parents will look after you. You have to find yourself. You are here to find yourself, basically. You know what I'm saying? No, this is the life I built outside home. So now you have to meet your soulmate. You are getting old, young child. You have to meet your soulmate. I'm disappointed. But then thanks for having you. And thanks for coming. We appreciate you. We wish you more.
Thank you for the
more in
even though it was short notice.
Yeah, short notice. Yeah, but it was fun having you.
Yeah.
Surely we're gonna invite you next time. It won't be a short notice. To everyone that is watching Mzansi Voice, you know. Keep on following us. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. That's a very important thing. We keep this thing moving, you know. We want every young person to be heard. We want every young person to be heard.
Voice out.
Always we have more fire here. More fire. Because Mzansi Voice is always on fire. There is no podcast that is on fire than Mzansi Voice. I never. Never, I doubt. I should. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Signing up. Your boy Rich Uncle. Thanks for watching Mzansi Voice.